Hi, this is Stephanie. I wanted to show you how I created an iPhone effect in PowerPoint for the e-learning courses that I do. This particular example, well, it shows the iPhone there, but what I'm doing is I'm using it to list the topics in a section. So it kind of begins a section, the user is directed to look at the phone, all the different topics, and click a topic that's of interest to them. When they're finished checking out all the topics, they can click the next button to continue on. You could configure that a number of different ways. You could also use this to display video. So if you just inserted a small video clip, it would be kind of cool to play it on the iPhone. And you could also potentially use it as a visual backdrop to a Quizmaker question, a multiple choice question. That'd be kind of nifty too. So let me show you how I did this. Just moving off to a blank slide, go to your drawing tools, click your rounded rectangle, draw a rectangle in, right click, and then choose size and position. We're going to change its size to be 5.75 by 3 inches just because it gives it a little bit closer proportion to an actual iPhone. Then we're going to right click, choose format shape. We want to fill it with just a straight black, and then go over to line color, change it to a gradient line. Under preset colors, choose the color of silver, and then just leave everything here as is. Click line style and increase the line width from 2 point to 6 point. Click close, and you can see that metallic effect is already happening for the outside of the phone. Now if I double click on the phone, go to shape effects, choose glow, and on the second row under the 8-point glows, just choose any of these glow colors. I'm going to pick blue, and all that does is it creates just a very subtle soft effect behind the phone. It works well on black backgrounds, but white backgrounds and textured backgrounds. It just makes it punch out a little bit more from the background. Now to create the inside of the phone, grab your rectangle tool, draw a rectangle, right click, size and position, and you want to change this to be a bit more precise. 3.9 by 2.7 works well with this size phone that I'm using. Now we're going to right click again, format shape, and we're going to fill this with a picture because it's going to act as the desktop of the background of the phone itself, and most people have a picture of some sort in their on their desktop. So let's, the mountain picture has come in, that's perfect. We're going to change the transparency to 60% because it's going to sit behind some other objects that will come up on top eventually here. Line color, no line color. Click close. Now we want to create a transparent box on top of this image, at the very top portion of the image, which is where the date and time is going to display. So just draw a rectangle. Right click, choose size and position, and we want to change the size from height to 0.75 and the width to 2.75, and then click OK. Now we also want to change it so it's a transparent fill. So format shape, and then we want to change the fill to be, we want it to be a black, but the lighter black, about 15%. And then we want to increase its transparency up to 55%. So a little bit of that background mountain scene comes through. Line color, we don't want any line at all. So let's click close. Now let's double click on that shape. It's just a flat transparent shape right now, so we want to add some dimension. So double click, choose shape effects, preset, and preset of 2. And I'm just going to light it up with the mountain scene, and I'm going to copy it and paste it and drag it down to the bottom as well. I'm going to select all 3 of these objects, right click, and group them together. Now I'm also going to select the background phone, and I'm going to go to the Align menu, choose Align Center and Align Middle, just to get it positioned on the phone properly. Now the rest of the phone I've already made, so I'm just going to drag the objects over, and before I drag it right on top, I'm going to bring it to the front, and I'm just going to position it here on the phone. I'm just using my arrow keys to kind of move it around a little bit. I don't have to be that precise. And then I'm going to do the same for the other objects. I'm going to drag it partially over, I'm going to right click, bring it to the front, and then just use my arrow keys or the mouse and just kind of bring those objects in. And there you go, there's the phone. Now all of this stuff in the center, it's very simple text and icons and clip art, which I grouped together, and as are the other shapes. These are just circles with gradients, rounded rectangles with gradients, very straightforward. And there's your phone. Now you can take it a step further and increase the width to create an iPad with a hand for realism. You could change the background, add different kind of hand shapes in. You could even take it, export it out as a picture, bring it back in and do a 3D rotation on it to give it a bit of perspective. So all sorts of different options here for visual interest in your e-learning courses, iPads, and iPhones. Thanks.